Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So get ready, brace for another massive Bitcoin rally that's around the corner. So make sure you strap on and get ready for it. And also, Solana pumps once again. What's going on with Solana? I made some big money with Solana recently, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So let's do this. Welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight. Look at the U.S. market finally pumped up. Okay, 511 Dow Jones, 146 NASDAQ. Today was a good day overall. And why was it a good day? Well, because I messed up this morning. I misread this next FOMC meeting, the percentages, and it turns out it's like 99% chance that we won't get another rate hike. That is good. So everyone is cheering, thinking that it's all good, right? There's no, if we don't have another rate hike, that's good. And that's because Powell hints that because of the soaring rates of bonds and treasuries, that could be the end of the rate hikes. So we'll see. It's only a couple of days, okay? So all is well, right? Well, not really, because the other headline news is this. The U.S. Treasury to borrow $776 billion in the final 3 months of the year. Can you guys compute that? Remember, that is the entire amount to bail out all the banks in the U.S. back in 2008. Okay, it was about 780 billion. Now, this is the normal. Like, we have to borrow this much within just 3 months of this year. Okay, so yeah, that's not so good. That's not so good. And how are they borrowing this money? Well, they're issuing, right? The Fed is issuing more, or Treasury, U.S. Treasury is issuing more bonds, I should say. That's how they're borrowing it, because they're out of money. The U.S. government is out of money, right? So while the Fed is trying to decrease inflation, guess on the other end what they're doing? They're borrowing more money, okay? Which leads to more printing, which leads to more inflation. You see how the circle, the vicious circle, never, ever stops. Okay? This is one of the reasons why we have a flight to quality right now. Okay? People are not stupid. People are starting to pay attention to what's going on, right? So that's why we have Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin is doing so well right now, decoupling from the market, doing its own thing, and going to get stronger. Valkyrie, okay? They have a Bitcoin spot ETF coming, and they're making an amendment. All these guys are making amendments. So it makes you wonder what's happening. Did they get some guidance from the SEC? And if so, does that mean all these are getting ready to be approved simultaneously, maybe in Pumpvember? Okay, that's coming next month. There is another deadline coming up in November. Everyone is getting ready for it. BlackRock and Van Eyck are both seeding their ETFs already in anticipation of this event happening. It's going to come sooner than later. Okay, so flight to quality, flight to safety right now is happening. We got a lot of enthusiasm over spot Bitcoin ETFs. Money is flying back in left and right. Bitcoin options skyrocketing, pointing upside for Bitcoin. Okay, futures also skyrocketing. Everyone wants a piece of Bitcoin. Even billionaire Stan Druckenmiller calls Bitcoin a brand, and he should probably own some. So yes, Stan Druckenmiller, he has been pretty pro on Bitcoin. Surprisingly, he doesn't own any. He says he's too old and he owns gold. But millennials all should own Bitcoin, and maybe he should own some too, right? He's another billionaire that just switched out of the blue because they know what's going on. They know that the gold they're holding hasn't moved for a decade. And even they are wondering if there's a better store of value out there. Because when you have a store of value like gold that doesn't move in 10 years, does that mean it's truly hedging against inflation? The answer is no, it's not. If it's actually at the same price as it was 10 years ago, you could argue it's been losing its strength and it has been devaluing itself even against the dollar. That's horrible. What you want is something that won't do that, okay? And that's Bitcoin. Look at this chart. Performance of major assets and major classes. This is a really, really telling chart, okay? It kind of tells you what the 4-year cycle is like. Every single time we have a top, the year afterwards is very horrible, okay? So if you go back, 2013 was a top year. 2014 was horrible. Bitcoin came in last in 2014. And then you look at 2017 was a top year. Guess what happened in 2018? Bitcoin had the worst performance of all asset classes in 2018, right? What happened in 2021? It was a top year. 2022, Bitcoin again, the lowest performing asset class there is. But do you notice anything else? You notice that maybe besides those 3 years, Bitcoin has outperformed all asset classes every single other year besides those down years, the 2014, 2018, 2022, 2011 to 2013, 2015 to 2017, 2019 to 2021, and 2023. All tremendous gains and leading all asset classes, right? This is why Bitcoin is the most dominant asset we have. Because it follows the 4-year cycle and it doesn't give a F about anything else. That's quite honestly it. So if you knew nothing about Bitcoin and I just show you this chart and you were trying to put 2 and 2 together, wouldn't you just stack sats for the next 3 years? Right? Like, that's what this is telling you. This year, 2024, 2025, you would just be stacking sats left and right. And then maybe you would sell in 2026, right? I mean, if you knew nothing about Bitcoin and you were given this within an IQ test and you were asked, what should you do in 2023, 2024, and 2025 to maximize your gains? What would your answer be? Buy gold? Buy equities? No. The answer would be buy Bitcoin. It's really that simple, right? Like, you can't misinterpret this. You can't go against what has happened, right? History. And it's going to repeat again because of how marvelous Bitcoin is, how it's designed. And this year and next year and the year after that will be even better than previous years because of everything else that's happening right now in the space. This dark horsey, I appreciate that. I have to check these $5 ones because they disappear really quick. Kaija Wen or something. Are you still bullish on Cosmos? Yes, I am. Very bullish on Cosmos. Okay, so moving forward. This is kind of like a cheat code, right? You really don't need to know anything else if you just had this to study for the next 2 or 3 years. And if you need more proof, here's another one that shows you Bitcoin's bottom area, then what happens afterwards, and then you got a couple of lines underneath that shows you a crossover event, and basically what it's indicating is Bitcoin is going to go upwards from here on out. It's crossed over and it's going to make a new top as we head into 2024 and 2025. It's really that simple. That's really it. That's really it. Okay, now besides Bitcoin, that's doing pretty well and about to have a massive rally soon. Today, who else is rallying? Solana. Solana is on a tear. Now, really distancing itself from Cardano. It's up 11% today. $36 at 15 billion in market cap. What is going on with Solana? Okay, even this is outdated, say 9%. Is there any single particular reason why Solana is pumping? No, this feels awfully a lot like 2021 when Solana would just keep going up and up and up and up and up. And there was really no reason to rhyme for it besides that SBF was buying like crazy behind the scenes. That was really it. Someone is buying behind the scenes like crazy. That is what's happening right now. Okay, Solana has a lot of great things happening going on, but does it explain the pumps that it has given us within the past month or so? I mean, no, it doesn't. Look at 70% gain within a single month. 79, 80% gains. Okay, can anyone really explain that at this point? No. But I was a degen, so I decided to take advantage of it. So I tell you guys, I'm a degen. I throw a few thousand here or there, right, on leverage. I don't advise anyone to copy trade me or follow me. But you know what? I threw a 20x, okay? I threw $3,000, I think a day ago, like yesterday on Sunday or something. Threw a 20x, and now I'm up 300%. So I'll take that any day. That's like $9,000 within a single day. Again, I don't advise anyone to do this, but when there are massive pumps, you can catch it like this, and you can make a crazy gain from it, right? But keep in mind, that's what leverage does to you. It gets you to think that you're so smart and you just do more and more and more of it until one day you go too risky and you lose it all. So I don't advise anyone to do so. But if you do want to be a degen, go for it. But I don't advise it. But going back to Solana, like I said, there's a lot of great things about Solana, but it doesn't really explain why it's up 80% in a single month. The DEX volume continues to go up. Okay, you have a lot more traders coming aboard. You got a growing ecosystem, obviously, right? And you have FTX now staking their excess SOL into just the network. So they're not selling it, right? So there's just a lot of good things. Great news? I don't think so, but they add up. They add up, right? So that is Solana. What about Cardano? Cardano's right behind Solana, but it's not doing all that well. 21% for the month, which isn't bad, but it's not outperforming Bitcoin. See, the key to holding, what the hell? Sandeep is gifting 50 memberships. I thought it was like 5. 50 freaking memberships. Watch everyone in the live chat right now. Everyone's getting a membership. Sandeep, you are the man. That's a lot of memberships right there. It's like giving people Priuses. Like when Oprah would give out Priuses. That's what Sandeep just did. That's a lot of memberships. Thank you. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. Let's go back to Cardano. Cardano, they are definitely seeing gains right now, okay? But not as much as Solana. But you know what? Stablecoin value up 16% quarter over quarter, 461% year to date, okay? You have Catalyst 10, or Catalyst Fund 10 was completed, funding 192 projects, right? Volunteer governance phase, continue to build momentum. So you got a lot of stuff happening right now. And Charles is responding to rumors that a journalist has some damning evidence against him. And no one knows what that damning evidence is. But Charles doesn't seem to be very afraid of it. So good for him. Good for Cardano. Let's see it go up and let's all make some money from it, right? And then what else is there? Lastly, Ethereum. People are predicting that Ethereum is about to break out, maybe 2,500 in November if this happens. What happens? Well, just whales buying. Right now, there's a record number of whale transactions. And when whales get involved, you know, they go big. Just this weekend or last week, I talked about $1 billion flowing in to Binance, right? And Coinbase. Doesn't mean that it's all for Bitcoin. Some of it could be Ethereum. Some of it could be Solana. Some of it could be Cardano, right? Someone is buying a crazy amount of crypto right now using stablecoins. This is not even external money. This is just internal money whales been loading up and waiting for, and now they're starting to buy. So things are going to go nutty. This is just the beginning. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, strap on, get ready, because the insanity is about to come, right? And it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Just like the insanity that's going to happen in IFC. The biggest influencer fight in history. So if you guys want to meet all the fighters and me and party and network all at the same time, you guys want to make sure you book your flights, you book your hotel, and of course buy a ticket and join us at the kickoff party for IFC. Okay, and that is December, mid-December. So it's a really good time to get away from cold weather and get to some warm weather and have a good time in Vegas. So make sure you guys check it out if you can make it. All right. And I've been tweeting out a lot. There's going to be a lot more. Most of the fighters are signed up already. So that means I get to start announcing who they are, the fights, and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, interviews, and prep stuff, and training, and all these things are all going to be coming on CryptosRus Plus. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be really, really amazing. All right. Even more amazing than Solana's pump today. I'll just leave it at that. All right, let's do some Q&A. Very, very green day today. And Sandeep just gifted 50 freaking memberships to this channel. That's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for everyone's support. Let's see here. Let's see if I missed anything. Right here. Cheers. I am DJ and George. Solana. Good guy. He's giving back. Miller Lite is going to break out. You guys saw the big sponsorship, right? Bud Light's going to be a main beer sponsor of the UFC. That's crazy. That's crazy. Low IQ detector. I can't name all, but some of the biggest names like Ben Armstrong and Crypto Crow and Blockchain Boy and several others that we'll be announcing later. Still trying to lock in some final fights, but we got some good fighters, good people in this space, in it. Valentino, appreciate that. Finally a member. Alex asked, what exchange do you use in the U.S.? I'm banned from Coinbase, but I know a lot of people that use Coinbase. Still pretty easy to get on board. Gemini is another good one. A lot of people have stopped using Binance at US, but if you're crypto only, Binance US still works. Kraken still works. Overseas, something like MEXC, you know, like when I'm like degenning and doing some leverage plays, I use MEXC because I can't use KuCoin anymore. And I'm sure there's others. But yeah, that's my like kind of go-to external exchange. But in the US, there's still good amount of exchanges. George, you should sell your Lambos and get an RS6 or a 911. First of all, I don't have any Lambos. And second, I'm not a fan of RS6. I'm not a fan of any Audis. I am a fan of 911. I would love to get 911 GT3, except, you know, there's like a 50 to 100K markup on them. So, why did Coinbase ban you? I don't know. It happened years ago. One of my first exchanges was back in 2013 and 14 with Coinbase. Somehow I got banned shortly after that. They have not given me a clue why, and they won't give it back to me. New member, although I can't read your name. Am I M5 fan? Yes, before, not the new ones. I had a E39 M5, loved that car, 6-speed. After that, I feel like they just kind of all gone downhill. And now M5s are so expensive that it's just not even worth picking up, in my opinion. They're like $150,000 now. You could buy like an exotic car for that now. Wave Rider, did you end up doing more research on Myra? I got my position and think I'll go to the moon. No, I did not. I did do some light research. Doesn't convince me, though. But it could be. It's a potential candidate. It's been a while since I looked at a coin live with you guys and actually thought it had potential. I'll take a 20K Tesla and be okay. There's no Tesla that's 20K, though. Crow is going to fight, though. The Crow is a beast. He used to be in MMA, too. Will you take up golf when I retire? Yes. Yeah, I'm not particularly fond of golf, but I'll probably take it up, like all the retired celebrities. Mike, thanks for keeping it positive. No problem. Someone asked about SNEC. I have not checked SNEC for a while. Up 1% today. Up 0%. Wait, 0% for 7 days? No, that's not right. Yeah, it has some. It bottomed out, came up. Yeah. Someone else asked about Pepe. Let's see where Pepe is. Pepe's up 3% today. It jumped up 7 days. 1 month, it definitely jumped up. So it's 500 million market cap. That's pretty good. Tommy Walton, new member. Welcome. What do you think about R8? R8 is like a baby Lambo. If you can't afford a Lambo, you get an R8. That's why it exists. It looks good. They haven't redesigned it for a while. You know, I don't know what happened to their e-tron GT. It's like they gave up on that. It's supposed to be like a EV version, you know, of the Taycan, and I never hear anyone talk about it. I think they like literally gave it up. Do you ever think supercars would go MSRP again? Yes, hopefully, but like right now, you just can't pick them up. Like if you want to get a 911 GT3, you're paying 50, 75, 100K over MSRP. I can't stand it. There's too many people that want them still. I got banned from Kraken, no reason given. Yeah, kind of like me with Coinbase. I love to talk to someone in Coinbase to see if I can get my account back. Not that I would use it much anyways, but still, it'd be nice to have it back. My biggest bag is VET and Link. This is good. Yes, I love both projects. VET will be, I think they will be, because right after the KC43 fight, there is a UFC fight, and some of the VeChain people will be there. So I'm pretty sure VeChain, some of the people, I've invited them, they will be coming to this IFC kickoff party, even though they have nothing to do with IFC. But I'm going to be inviting a lot of crypto people anyways, so they should be there. I'd love to catch up with them too. Crypto Finder, yes. You scroll forward and you'll see that I corrected myself. Why not get Kathy on stream and ask her about your Coinbase account? Kathy Wood doesn't own Coinbase. You mean Brian Armstrong? I would love to connect with Brian Armstrong. You know, all this car talk, all of you guys should not buy your favorite car and just go to the IFC kickoff party instead. It's going to be much more worth it. Joshua says, I need some cash for emergency. I need to cash out a little crypto. In your opinion, would I be best to cash out large, medium, or small caps? I don't know. If I had to do it, I'm not giving you financial advice. If I had to do it, probably small caps. Because I think large and mid caps are still going to move. Large cap probably not going to for a while. So I'd probably do it in that order. What do you think about Caspa, the crypto? I don't really think much of it. I just hear they have a very cult-like following, and they think they're Bitcoin 2.0. That's about it. Are you on Stars Arena? No. I'm on friend.tech, and I hate to say I never use it. I don't use any of these SocialFi apps. Where's Star Arena at? Is that on Avalanche? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to join anymore. Like, yeah, I'm busy enough. I can't be answering like a million people all the time. Kaiji Wen, new member. Welcome. Today we added like 60 members. Johnny 5 says, thanks for the Tesla tip. Went with the Model 3. Put the rest of what I would have spent into Bitcoin. I feel like we're going to sit around 32, 34K. Thoughts? I don't think so. I think we're about to break through 34K really soon. Really soon. I think we're just around the corner. Just like when Bitcoin broke out from 26.6 and then moved it really quickly, I feel like we're going to do something like that soon, in my opinion. But I'm glad you like that Model 3, but I would have chosen Model Y, my man. It was only a few thousand more, and I think it's a lot more practical. I like the higher sitting height, bigger second row, bigger trunk, and the speed is almost the same. You could argue the Model 3 does look better, but, you know, for that $5,000, I would have got the Model Y. People asking about Atom, Cosmos. I am a big fan of Cosmos. But they need to do something with their token economics. This is not helping them. But there are a lot of great L1s being built within Cosmos. Injective, for example, has been on fire this year. And there's many others that's within Cosmos. And they all could use IBC, which is inter-blockchain communication. And there's going to be like security rentals for Cosmos for smaller chains. They're doing a lot of things. They just need to figure out a way. The inflation rate for Cosmos is too high. People love to stake Cosmos because you get like 14%, but the reason why is because inflation is 14%. So they need to figure out how to burn more and kind of stop the inflation. And then they'll start flying. I live in a military base and 5-minute commute. Okay, well, you don't have to worry. Yeah, it's fine. Model 3 is a perfectly fine car. Optimism, a good buy? Yeah. Optimism. We don't one of the top L2s? I think so. I do think so. Should we give up on Matic? No. No, you should not. Whenever people give up on something, it tends to then pump afterwards and make them regret it a lot. So I would say no, don't give up on Matic. I think they're going to do great things. They might be a little bit slow now. They're having, you know, their growing pains, growing to Polygon 2. Don't worry about, there's no more Bitcoin for the miners. That's not going to happen until 2140, okay? So you and I, and even our kids, our grandkids, no, maybe our grandkids will, but you and I are not going to be around. But there will still be nodes that still power the network, and they will still collect fees for helping process transactions. So don't worry about it. There's a fail-safe plan even after 2140. Pat Jr. asked, would you say it's okay to still accumulate altcoins like AVAX and other top 20s during time? Yeah, of course. Of course. I just tell people, don't ignore Bitcoin, okay? But doesn't mean you have to go all in on Bitcoin, right? So I've been telling people for years, 50, 25, 25 rule. 50% in Bitcoin, 25% big caps, 25% in mid, small, micro caps. So you could definitely, 50% of your portfolio basically is non-Bitcoin. If you want to stock up and accumulate in DCA, sure, right? But just don't ignore Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to continue to gain strength and continue to be strong for quite some time. Probably until 2025, and then alt will start, really moving after Bitcoin reaches peak. What are your thoughts on the ADA pump? There's no ADA pump. I don't know what you're talking about. I got done talking about Cardano. There's still a lot of good things happening, but Cardano tends to be pretty boring at times. That's just how it is. Kind of like Charles, which is okay. Slow and steady. Building, right? That's their model for a long time. Crypto Tech says, my cousin loves to dump crypto bear market and buy in euphoria phase. That's most people. Most people are like that. They fall for their emotions, and then they can't think the opposite, which is, I gotta take advantage of a bear market. I gotta take advantage of a dip, because that's how you truly make money. You buy low and sell high, right? But most people can't think like that. Most people just want to FOMO in at the time, because they see everyone else making money, and then they want to FOMO in and make that money. But usually when that happens, it's usually like towards the tail end when it's about to come down. That's why FOMO is most at peak, because that's when everyone is FOMOing in and everyone is telling their friends and family how much money they're making. That's usually a sign that the top may be near. Do you ever watch Top Gear BBC? Not recently, before. And I started watching Grand Tour, but this last season, you have to wait like a year before an episode comes out. I don't know what happened. I guess they canceled a deal with Jeremy and Richard. I don't know what happened. Before, Top Gear was one of my favorite shows. And even Grand Tour was very, very funny until this last season, and then it just kind of all went nowhere. Do I have a car charger in my new home? Yes, I do. It's gonna be. I have several 50 amp chargers waiting for my electric cars, if I do have any. I currently drive a Model X Plaid. I don't know if I'm gonna get a Cybertruck. The more videos I watch about a Cybertruck, the more I don't want to get it. It just looks so weird. And it doesn't look that special now. It's been teased for way too long. That's the problem. Elon teased that truck way too long. And when it debuted in 2018, I told my friend, or 2019, whatever it was, we're not going to see that car for like 5 years. And I was right. Basically, very little people are going to get it in 2023. They're going to start producing it in 2024. And, it's probably like 5 years. I don't know if I'm going to get any more electric cars, to be honest, but I'll have plenty of chargers. Rick says, say hi to my wife, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I'm glad you're letting Rick watch me twice a day, every day, and giving me so much of his attention. Why is Tron still in the top 15? I don't know. Just don't trust Tron or their TVL numbers or their market cap or any of the projects that are owned by Tron and owned by Justin Sun. So I would just say stay away. Newman says, Jordan makes it impossible DCA when every stream I just want to FOMO. Well, you know, that's part of DCA. Just slowly adding over time. Do I like quant? No, I don't. It's a business-to-business play. Very little reason for retail investors to be in quant. They purely operate on helping businesses come in and program dApps that's interchangeable with other chains, right? They call it the overledger. That's their business model. But they don't really involve themselves in anything that's consumer-facing. Not that I know, unless they change. Do they have a DEX? Do they have liquidity pools? Do they have swaps? Do they have NFTs? Do they have ICOs or launch pads? Anything. I don't think they have any of that because they're not consumer-facing. Brianna says, have the Sunday walk videos been therapeutic for you? I mean, sort of. I don't know if you guys really enjoy it. They've just been doing very well, and they carry very well on YouTube for a long time. So this last one did more poorly than the one before, but I thought maybe it's because I ranted on too long. I thought maybe my origin stories on how I succeeded with YouTube was interesting. Maybe people didn't like that. I don't know. But yeah, as long as you guys enjoy it, I'll keep doing it. But like today, it's like 30 degrees outside. I was freezing doing my normal walk today. So I don't know how many of those I could continue to do. But hopefully I could just do it in my basketball court in the future. I'll just shoot hoops while doing it. Johnny says, wife says she hears your voice more than mine. Well, as long as you don't have me playing in the background when you and your wife have some private time, you know, then I think it's okay. Thoughts on polymath? I don't remember anything about polymath anymore. I'm sorry. Mike Warren, appreciate that. Man, another member today, Professor Loki. I love Loki. Loki's show is awesome. It's probably the best Marvel show on Disney+. Find a mall. I can't walk in a mall and film because then everyone will be looking at me. So, you know, I'd rather not do that. Do we have any Solana killers? I mean, Solana is big, but it's not that big. It's still way off from Ethereum. When Solana gets to like 100 billion, okay, like half of Ethereum, then we could talk about Solana killers, okay? But it's not there yet. It's still half of XRP, okay? So I think it's too early to call that. Did you know Universal Profile is going live on Luxo? No, I did not. The question is, does anyone else know? And does anyone else care? That's the problem. You know, a lot of these chains, I covered Luxo like back in 2021, right? There was so much hype about Fabian, and he was going to create a new ERC standard, and the chain is going to get done. And waited until now, right? Now everyone has forgotten about Luxo or Luxo. So the problem is you lose that network effect, and I don't know if they gain it back. I hope they do. But it's really hard. Once you lose that network effect, once people have just forgotten about you, it's hard to get that back. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Overall, get ready for another rally that's going to be coming. Flight to quality, flight to safety is going to happen, okay? You got all the billionaires talking about it. We will see some massive moves soon. And in the meantime, Solana and others are doing quite well. So enjoy your gains. Keep DCing. Keep holding. The promised land is near. Jalama's last question: thoughts on Rocket Pool? I don't use it, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. Really, it's just a big staking pool, right? Basically, for people to earn interest and to borrow, and dApps can use it for liquidity as well. It's okay. It's just not something I use. All right, guys. Have a good one. Make sure you check out IFC, the kickoff party. If you are interested, check out the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care.